Hello. Today I want to talk about why poetry. Why should we read this genre that, like, most people aren't sitting on the beach reading, right? Like, you may not have read a book of poetry in a while. But I gotta tell you, lately I've been going to the news and trying to make sense of this world through the news and coming up short every time. I go to all my favorite websites and read commentary and read headlines, and I'm like searching for some sense of a bigger picture of what it all means, or how to make sense of a pandemic, systemic racial or systemic racism in America, the two happening, or the racial reckoning and the pandemic happening at the same time, states opening up, states closing, and I never find it. I never find the meaning making, and that's because, as William Carlos Williams says, it is difficult to get the news from poems, yet men die miserably every day for lack of what is found there. We need things like poetry. And I'm going to read a quote to you from this book by Jack Gilbert, Refusing Heaven, that I recently came across. This poem is called A Brief for the Defense. It's the first poem in the book. And he says, "We must risk delight. We can do without pleasure, but not delight, not enjoyment. We must have the stubbornness to accept our gladness in the ruthless furnace of this world. To make injustice the only measure of our attention is to praise the devil." I read that quote and I thought, aha, it is good and right to fight to fight for justice, to fight against injustice. It is good and right to care for ourselves. It is also good and right to delight. And you don't read that in the news. The headline isn't, uh, "We must turn on our delight today." Pay attention to what is delighting you. That's never going to be the headline. So, why poetry? Again, William Carlos Williams. It is difficult to get the news from poems, yet men die miserably every day for lack of what is found there. So, go find Ross Gay's A Small Needful Fact. Go find that. That's your assignment. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm Heather Lanier. I'm an assistant professor of creative writing at Rowan University. Thank you.